Joining us now is Kentucky Congressman, ranking member on the Committee on Oversight and Reform and member of the Education and Labor Committee, James Comer. Congressman, welcome.
Thanks for having me on again.
Of course, Congressman, so gas prices are soaring each day. I feel like every time we wake up, we see that it's gone up a couple of cents. We all know how the administration should address this issue, but what do you think President Biden will actually end up doing?
Well, I don't think he's going to end up doing anything. I think he's just hoping every night when he goes to bed that some miracle is going to happen, and when he wakes up in the morning, oil prices are going to start going down. But that's not the case, and he's a big reason why. Not only has he canceled things like the Keystone Pipeline and banned drilling on federal lands, but he's also significantly increased regulations on existing wells and on existing refineries. So the whole energy production industry in America is under attack by this administration. Now, they couldn't foresee when they took office a year ago what was going to happen with Russia and Ukraine. They just felt like things would keep going as they were, and they wanted to pander to their left-wing socialist base that's obsessed with climate change. So they said, we're going to do everything we can to make life hard on the energy companies. Now they realize we need the energy companies. They don't want to go back and admit they made a mistake. So they're just going to hope that things get better, and it doesn't look like they're going to.
Yeah, it's a good point. I want to show you a couple of graphics. So we've got a new record high for gas prices today. I promise we'll have one tomorrow and Sunday as well. So bizarre that we're in this world where this is happening every day. It's $4.33 a gallon right now. According to Bloomberg, this is their inflation forecast right now. We are at 7.9% right now. They think by April, which is just a month away, we'll be at around 8.6%, given what's happening in Eastern Europe. Look at the energy cost increases that people are dealing with year over year. Cost to heat your house up 43% year over year. Unbelievable. And it's been a cold winter as well. Congressman, do you think there's some disbelief in the White House right now that all these Harvard muckety-mucks, these Ivy League educated people have gotten it so wrong? So wrong.
Yeah, there should be. If not, shame on the Biden administration. You can't let a bunch of liberal college professors dictate American policy. If you ever wondered what would happen to the world if a bunch of university professors took over, we're seeing that now. And it's not just with energy prices, with everything. The whole reason we have inflation is because the Democrats have been on an unrealistic spending spree, a spending spree that would be imaginable to our founding fathers. I mean, they never would have envisioned Congress would ever spend more money than they would take in. But the amount, I mean, this deficit has doubled almost in the last 4 or 5 years. But in the last 12 months, it's been on steroids. I mean, And just look at what we have stopped in Washington, the Build Back Better. This recent omnibus bill that was passed this week in Congress, Republicans negotiated to get a bunch of spending reductions in that, more than what they had proposed. I mean, the Democrats can't spend enough money. And when you ask them, how are you going to solve inflation? They say, well, we need to spend more money. That's the absolute worst answer, because spending more government money will lead to more inflation.
Right. Yeah. It just seems the Biden administration wants to keep spending. Congressman, I want to switch gears quickly. A recent study is pointing to a Wuhan market as the origin of COVID-19. Congressman, are we believing this latest theory?
Yeah, I think that the work that the House Republicans have done on the Oversight Committee in trying to determine the origination of COVID-19 through going through email correspondence with the CDC, the NIH, the HHS. I mean, this shows that there was an immediate effort by bureaucrats in these health agencies to try to cover this up and to spin the narrative that this could not have come from a lab leak in Wuhan, that this could not have been man-made. I mean, more and more evidence points to bureaucrats in those agencies knowing that they were funding gain-of-function research in the Wuhan lab with American tax dollars.
Right.
And I don't think this is going to end very well.
Sir, we cannot forget about that story. We are days away from passing the 1 million fatality mark here in the U.S. when it comes to COVID-19. A shocking number that the administration, I'm sure, is not going to remind us of when we do hit that very solemn number. Yeah. All right, Congressman James Comer, good to see you. Thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for having me on.